anyway. So now I'm thinking like, oh, he's gonna say, Gary, do you put me on that talk? Then I went to the blog. Like I'm already trying to think about what the fuck you're gonna say.
I'm gonna give you credit.
Listen to me. You need to go hard on it. Yo, hit up the crew. Let's get on a Zoom this weekend, or let's get on a Zoom Monday because I'm gonna kind of try to defrag this weekend. But like, I will help you. I really, really, really think you have to understand the culture and the youngsters love you. You go in there and really do it right. You're on the verge, bro. You're on the verge of some crazy ass shit, and you know how much time I spent with Gunna and Keed and like the baby. Like I'm telling you, listen to me.
Yeah.
You have to go, you need to download it. I just said it earlier. You need to download it, 10 hours of consuming it. Just watch it fucking what's going on there. And then 10 pieces of content. Bro, you're this close. You get one thing lit off on TikTok right now during this project and you go to a completely different level. Completely different level, bro.
Shit, I gotta adjust to the times, man.
You have to. Right? Remember when you were coming up and the fucking winners and old cats didn't understand SoundCloud, didn't understand the gram.
Facts.
You're too young to be old.
100%. I like that. I'm definitely gonna pursue that TikTok thing, man.
Now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit you up like Sunday night and be like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I need to see progress. Bet.
All right,
I love
say
you.
less.
Talk to you.
My boy, appreciate it, man.
That's a superstar. That's a superstar. You'll see. Mom, that man right there might be playing in Xander's bar mitzvah because he's going to beg for it. Hey, Sydney.
Hi, Gary.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm well.
Good. I'm coming at you from Barrie, Ontario, Canada. First off, I just obviously want to thank you for having me on the show. And I'd like to commend Kendall and Andrew for talking about their struggles because I know how hard that can be, and especially on a platform like this, it can be like really intimidating.
Very daunting.
So I have a two-part question for you, and then just a bit of context first. So I'm 22 years old. I am a month away from graduating at Western University for kinesiology, which is, it's like the movement of the body,
Yep.
Like what it undergoes during exercise and everything. So when I was first starting high school, I was really athletic growing up. I actually developed an eating disorder, and it was with me for 7 years.
Sorry to hear that.
That's okay, thank you. I'm actually 2 weeks away from being discharged from my recovery program.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. So the issue with this is when I was in like the peak of my eating disorder, I jumped with the opportunity to take kinesiology because it was so focused towards the body and I was all wrapped up in fitness and everything. And now that my mind is clearer and I know I should not be tormenting my body in that way, I don't think this is a career for me. So
great news, Sid. You're young as fuck.
I know.
This is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand how big of a win this is for you? Do you know how many people work for 30 years in something they hate and then like retire and then just like mope through life? This is a huge, this is like the best.
Mm-hmm. I know, and it's frustrating because
it shouldn't be.
It's frustrating at the time, and now
you're gonna love other things.
Yeah.
What are you gonna just love that?
No.
You're fucking 22. You're gonna love everything.
Yeah. So I was just gonna ask you, do you have any insight as to what my next steps could look like? Possibly?
Yeah.
Okay.
You need to literally explore every random thought in your mind around cooking and skiing and making bread and being a wine expert and being a video game expert and hair and like your next step needs to be exploring, just like everyone's next step should be.
Right.
Like literally anything that grabs your curiosity, you need to watch YouTube videos, you need to try, you need to order a kit, you need to find a friend, you need to talk to people on Twitter about it, you need to join a Facebook group about it, you need to follow 10 people about it. Like you need to go explore.
Mm-hmm. And that's like, I do that too. it's funny. My parents make fun of me for it, but I know you've said it like all
It's your
along.
strength.
But you say like you're allowed to change your mind, and my problem is like once I find something, I'm like in love with it, and then it just kind of like
You're not in love with it. You're in crush with it, and then you figure out that you're not in love with it.
I watched that.
But when you find what you're in love with, that crush will go to love.
Right.
You're not in love with it.
Mhm.
You're in crush with it. You have a crush on it.
Yeah.
Ooh, baking, I crush you. But then 3 weeks later, you're like, fuck this powder. You know, I don't like this flour shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to wait for the pumpkin pie to come out. Next.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Ooh, skiing, you're cute. Oh, I don't like tearing my meniscus. Like, next. Like you're in crush with it.
Right.
That's good.
Thank you. Okay.
You're welcome.
I knew you're just so smart. Like I knew you were gonna like bring me down and help me out. So
let me keep building here and give you a little more.
Mm-hmm.
You're 22. You don't need to figure out what you're gonna do with your life ever, let alone in the next 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
You need to focus on being happy.
Right. And that's like, it's funny. That's actually a good segue into my like second part of my question. So it's crazy, like eating disorders, and like I'm sure Kendall probably knows what I'm talking about when I say this. Like it's just like this cloud that comes over your brain, and like you block out the world. Like I had tunnel vision. Like all I did in high school was go to school. Then I'd have like football practice. I'd come home, I'd work out, and then I'd do homework and go to bed. And I only let myself eat a certain amount of calories. And so obviously that's going to have an effect on your brain. And I missed out on so much of my life, like my teenage years, and I can't get them back. And
me too. Guess who else missed out on them? And let's focus on your next 100 years and not dwell on your last 6.
Exactly. So with that, when I was stuck in the eating disorder, obviously, like I said, I didn't really know differently. Like I thought that's what I wanted and everything. So now that I'm recovering and I see that there's so much outside of this, I don't want anyone else to go through what I did because it's
so keep doing what you're doing right now.
So how do I actually change their perspective and make an impact on them by telling my story?
By telling your story. Let me ask you a question, Sid.
Okay.
If I told you when you were 99 and you came to heaven, I was like, yo, Sid, remember Tea with Gary Vee? Yeah. You're like, hey, Gary, how you been? I'm like, good. I would say, hey, remember when we talked in 2020 and you asked that question? I said, just make, and you made a bunch of Instagrams and TikToks and YouTubes. But then after 6 months, you stopped because it wasn't getting traction. And you went on, and thank God it was so great. You listened to me and you became the greatest skiing instructor of all time. Well, I don't know if you know this, but this is what's cool about heaven.